Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it, and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today, we're discussing a Rolex with a dramatic dial reduction. Now, it does appear to be a watch that subscribes to the more is more precept, but look at the text. Rolex Datejust, Swiss made. Has it ever been this simple? This is the Rolex Datejust Jubilee dial, 36 millimeters in stainless steel. This is reference 116200, a lovely timepiece that is versatile and difficult to characterize in that it's like few other Rolex watches, including other Datejusts. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the watch is easy to wear. As you can see, it's a sort of cushion case profile, as all Oysters are. If you were to measure it from lug to lug, just the case, it measures a relatively easy to wear 44.4, and even if you include the solid end links of the Oyster bracelet, you're still talking a wonderfully compact 45.7. So I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference. Remember, my wrist 16 centimeters for reference. The watch is 11.6 millimeters thick, so nice and slim, with a domed bezel profile to slide under a cuff with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Pull it off, take a look at that Oyster bracelet. This is no entry-level Rolex. The timepiece has the polished center links that are emblematic of Rolex's mid to upper range watches. Satin finished shoulders. It's the 3-link Oyster design. You can see gaps on the underside to vent the wrist as well as avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. You have removable links fixed in place by screws. Then you have an Oyster clasp, but with a lift lock system. So there's an internal beacon hook, and you can see how complex the articulation system for that lift lock really is. It snaps into place, and then the only way to disengage it, you can't pull it open. You must lift and unlock the system. So it's a vertical trigger and very clever. Again, polished internals. This is not an entry-level Rolex watch. Jumping into the clasp, there is the 5mm Easy Link system. You can add or remove 5 millimeters of length. That's the equivalent of adding or removing one sizable link. And then there are 3 divots drilled inside the clasp that you can use to change the anchoring point of the bracelet with a strap tool. So you have 3 ways to adjust: Easy Link, the divots, and removable links. Jumping back to the case, this is a handsome case. The Datejust hasn't succumbed to the super case profile, so the lugs are tapered and relatively narrow rather than squared off, and the case band curves from top to bottom and side to side, so it's not sheer. You can see the lovely effect of light across these cases, and while this one unfortunately is a bit marred by my fingerprints, I have to say, of all the brands in the watch industry, the company that comes closest to Grand Seiko's black polished Zaratsu case finish likely is Rolex, and this is the 904L Oyster steel. What's the difference between this and 316? Well, theoretically, this is a more corrosion resistant alloy. You don't have to wash it when you get out of the pool or the sea, for instance. More than you may need, but that's Rolex. The watch features the 116200 reference, which always cues a rounded domed style bezel rather than conical, and the dial, as we mentioned earlier, has a strange dichotomy. There is a lot of detail, but not a lot of print. Rolex likes to print books on its dials, and it sort of did that here with the interlocking and repeating Rolex Jubilee pattern. That's what that pattern's called. It's called Jubilee. But then Rolex Datejust and Swiss made, there is relatively little actual printing. The pattern itself has a matte base, but it has a sunburst top. So the raised elements actually feature a metallic finish, and the elements at the bottom, and it's a very shallow plane, but the elements at the bottom are matte. You can see as you move the watch, or as I move the watch, and you watch the watch, you see a little bit of the play across the surface that you would get with a sunburst, and that's because there is a sunburst. That's how the dial starts. The hands, the crown, the Roman numerals are all white gold to resist tarnishing over time. The screw-down twin-lock crown endows the watch with 100-meter water resistance. If you pull the crown, you engage the stop seconds function. If you put it in the intermediate position, you engage the quick set function. The watch has both. Inside the case, Rolex manufactured caliber 3135, 48 joules bidirectional winding. It's a jeweled staff with Teflon reversing wheels, so silent and smooth. The 48-hour power reserve ticking away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. I should probably wind this one in progress. And the watch features a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index, so that makes it very shock resistant. It's adjusted in 5 positions and features a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring, those 2 features combining to allow the watch to easily earn a COSC Swiss chronometer certification. The 31 jewel movement is all Rolex, and in case you're wondering, yes, that is the same movement that's still used in the Submariner, so it's as tough as a sub and as handsome as a Datejust, the best of both worlds. You can see and you can own this Rolex 116200 Datejust Jubilee dial. Make it yours on the Watchbox.